Crafting an effective IEP for students with dyslexia. What accommodations and modifications are possible? Are you a parent or teacher struggling to figure out what accommodations and modifications are the right fit for a child with dyslexia, or even the right help for mild dyslexia symptoms? Or have you ever wondered what kinds of changes can be made to a child's IEP if they were actually diagnosed with dyslexia? Well, let's cover all of this in this video. As we all know, navigating the special education system can be a tricky business. Arming yourself with knowledge gives you the advantage you need to navigate safely. And that's what we're here to help you do. Hi, I'm Alenka from Learning Success, and we create these videos to help parents do everything possible to help their children succeed in school and in life. We believe in embracing brilliance and unleashing potential, and that's why we do what we do. In this video, I'll break down all the accommodations and modifications that can be included in an IEP for children with dyslexia so that they can make meaningful progress without feeling overwhelmed or discouraged. Let's get started. I'm going to cover two lists, a list of accommodations and a list of modifications. Then you can use those lists to think about what's right for your child. But first, let's understand the difference. Understanding accommodations versus modifications. It's essential to know the difference between accommodations and modifications. So, accommodations are changes that assist students in overcoming or working around their disability. They do not change what is taught. In contrast, modifications alter the curriculum or adjust expectations. In other words, they will be doing different work or expected to do less work than is normally required. So we believe that it's important to think of both as much as possible as scaffolding rather than a crutch. Use them as needed to advance your child's learning capabilities, but not rely on them lifelong. Use them just to get your child through this period. This perspective is essential for long-term success, so keep it in mind throughout the process. Think, how long will my child need this accommodation or modification? If you don't, it's easy to forget the goal. Accommodations. So let's cover accommodations first. Here's a list of 32 possible accommodations to consider. Number 1, extended time. So allow extra time for assignments and tests, acknowledging that reading and processing might take longer for dyslexic students. Number 2, preferential seating. So position the child near the teacher or the board to minimize distractions and make it easier to focus on visual or auditory cues. Number 3, oral testing. Offer oral testing options where the child can speak their answers instead of writing them. Number 4, read aloud or audiobook options. So provide audio versions of text or offer text-to-speech technology for reading assignments and tests. Number 5, assistive technology. So incorporate tools like speech-to-text software, word prediction software, and electronic spell checkers. Digital organizers can also be helpful for keeping track of assignments. Number 6, alternative assignment formats. So allow assignments to be presented in different formats like videos, audio recordings, or visual presentations. Number 7, use of visual aids. Use visual aids including diagrams, mind maps, charts, and graphs to supplement written information and instructions. Number 8, breaks during tasks. Allow short breaks during extended periods of reading or writing to help the child avoid fatigue and maintain focus. Number 9, note-taking assistance. So provide copies of notes, use note-taking software, or allow a peer to share notes to lessen the burden of copying information. Number 10, simplified written instructions. So ensure written instructions are clear, concise, and broken down into step-by-step procedures. Number 11, extra tutoring support. Provide additional one-on-one instruction or tutoring in areas of difficulty. Number 12, use of highlighters and colored overlays. So color coding can make reading easier by helping students distinguish between different types of information. Now, covered overlays especially help when Erlen syndrome is an issue. Number 13, typing instead of writing. This can be helpful if dysgraphia is an issue also, or so that a spell checker is running. If you don't know what dysgraphia is, check out our video on dysgraphia that you can find right here. For some with dysgraphia, the use of a scribe may even be a consideration. Number 14, use of books with larger print or different fonts. Number 15, using clear and consistent visual cues for important information. Number 16, routine and structure in the classroom. Routine reduces cognitive load, which is helpful for everyone. Number 17, use of graphic organizers for planning and organizing thoughts. Organization and planning also reduce cognitive load. Always a good idea. 18, daily agenda. Providing a daily or weekly agenda can help keep the student organized and aware of upcoming assignments and tests. We can't stress organization enough. Number 19, more frequent feedback on progress. This helps redirect learning strategies when necessary. Number 20, access to counselors or therapists for emotional or social support. Now, this is a big one. It's almost inevitable that a child with dyslexia will run into emotional struggles. To be ready to help your child with this, make sure to watch our documentary called The Overly Emotional Child. You can find the trailer right here. Number 21, small group instruction. Some students can learn better when in small groups rather than in large classrooms. Number 22, extra practice and review of material. This may involve reteaching or changing the pace of instruction. 23, instructions in multiple formats. Presenting instructions both orally and in writing can help ensure the student fully understands them. 24, substitute assignment. Allow for substitute assignments that cover the same material, but in a format more suited to the student's strengths. Number 25, written material in digital format. Provide textbooks and other written material in digital format to allow for use with text-to-speech software. Number 26, calculator or math tools use. For students who struggle with dyscalculia as well as dyslexia, the use of a calculator or other math tools can be beneficial. If you're not familiar with dyscalculia, please check out our video, What is Dyscalculia? You can get it right here. Number 27, clarify or explain homework assignments. Make sure the student fully understands their homework assignments before leaving the school. So this could involve just a quick check-in at the end of the day. Number 28, quiet environment for test taking. Providing a quiet and distraction-free environment for tests can help improve focus. Number 29, assistive listening systems. These systems can be helpful for students who have difficulty focusing on and processing spoken language, particularly in a noisy classroom. They are electronic devices that improve clarity. Number 30, use of a spell checker. Allow the use of a spell checker for writing assignments to reduce the stress of spelling correctly. Number 31, advanced copies of lecture notes. Providing an advanced copy of lecture notes can help the student follow along more easily during a lecture. And the last one, number 32, advance notice of new topics. Help them be ready for what's coming and get them in the habit of being prepared. Now, let's cover modifications. Here are 17 modifications that you can consider. Number 1, abbreviated assignments. Allow the student to demonstrate an understanding of a concept without doing the full assignment. For example, doing odd-numbered problems only. Number 2, multisensory instruction. Use teaching techniques and curriculum that involve multiple senses like sight, hearing, touch, and movement. Number 3, specialized reading materials. Use of reading materials specifically designed for dyslexic readers, such as books that use a special dyslexia-friendly font and layout. Number 4, chunking information. Break down assignments or instructions into smaller, manageable parts. Number 5, reduced homework load. Consider reducing the amount of homework or extending deadlines for homework assignments. Number 6, explicit teaching of decoding strategies. This changes the way phonics and reading are taught to the student. Number 7, provision of summaries for chapters of books or other longer pieces of reading. Number 8, alternate assessment methods. Project-based assessments, oral presentations, or creative assignments change the expectations of what the student needs to demonstrate their learning. Number 9, use of mnemonic devices. This alters the way memory and recall skills are taught. Number 10, simplified reading assignments. Reading assignments adapted to suit the reading level of the child. This might involve providing texts with simpler language or fewer complex sentences. Number 11, adjusted grading criteria. Grading can be modified to prioritize comprehension and learning rather than the perfect execution of written tasks. For example, a teacher might focus more on a student's understanding of a concept rather than their spelling in a written assignment. Number 12, curriculum compacting. This involves pre-testing proficiency, and if proficiency is demonstrated, allowing the student to skip certain topics or areas in the curriculum, so then this can then free up time for working on areas of difficulty or pursuing topics of interest in greater depth. Number 13, learning objectives at a different level. So a student with dyslexia may work on learning objectives from a lower grade level if they are significantly behind their peers in certain areas. Number 14, extracurricular activities to improve skills. Encouraging participation in activities that can indirectly improve reading and writing skills, such as drama club for reading scripts and improving comprehension, or computer club for typing skills. Number 15, use of supplementary materials. These might include illustrated dictionaries, word lists, or phonic games that can help reinforce learning in an engaging way. Number 16, personalized homework assignments. Homework assignments can be personalized to match the student's individual learning needs and to reinforce skills learned in the classroom. Number 17, remedial programs. Participation in remedial programs or interventions designed specifically to assist students with dyslexia can be included in an IEP. Remember that the distinction between an accommodation and a modification isn't always clear-cut. Something that starts as an accommodation can become a modification if it significantly changes the level, content, or performance criteria of assignments and tests. So be careful there. Keep them all to a minimum. We recommend, when designing an IEP, less is more, and always consider the 85% rule. This rule says that we optimize learning when we are constantly kept just outside the edge of our abilities. We like to call it the Goldilocks rule here at Learning Success. Not too easy, not too hard. Always optimize for the sweet spot in learning, and if you're doing it right, that sweet spot is an upward moving target. So you have to keep adjusting to stay in the sweet spot. But that's a good thing. Keep that target moving, and ideally, your child will only need an IEP for a few years, not their entire school career. To make sure that the target is upward moving, start your child on the Learning Success System. The Learning Success System is an educational therapy program designed to help parents work with their children at home to improve foundational learning skills. And it focuses on things like visual and auditory processing, proprioception, and spatial awareness, among others. By working on these skills, children can overcome specific learning disabilities, such as dyslexia, and become more confident in their abilities. When a child has strong foundational skills, it becomes easier for them to learn and understand new concepts in school. For example, good visual tracking skills can help a child read more efficiently, while strong auditory memory skills can make it easier to follow spoken instructions. So by building up these skills using the learning success system, you can help your child become more successful in school and better equipped to handle academic challenges. Use accommodations and even modifications if necessary. But the real goal is to improve learning skills so that accommodations and modifications are not needed at all. You can try it out for free. Just click the link in the description. If you are pursuing an IEP, then you can download this whole list we just went over. There's a link to that in the description also. And then watch our full playlist that goes into depth on IEPs. We cover the subject deeply, so you can be a fully informed parent. You can get that playlist right here.